Dear Evan Hansen, tonight is going to be an amazing night because I'm finally ready to share my story. Just kidding, guys. My name is not Evan Hansen. Hi guys, welcome back to a brand new YouTube video. You guys who don't know who I am, my name is Nicole. Hi everyone, welcome back. As I said before in the intro, thank you so much for coming back to see one of my new videos. So this week's topic, well not topic, it's gonna be about Dear Evan Hansen, as you guys have seen earlier. I have my Dear Evan Hansen merch on. You guys can go. Ta-da! And I have my playbill with me, which is actually signed. You guys can see it right there. This is Mateo, by the way, Mateo Liscano. And then this one right here, I believe, is Jared Kleinman. Now, I'm probably going to screw this up, but I think this is the actual real actor. Let me check right now just to make sure. Otherwise, I am dead. No, I'm close. I've got the last name wrong. Jared Goldsmith. That's the actor, and this is his signature right here. But anyways, I have my merch, my playbill, and I also have a beautiful bag from the show. And somewhere I put those away, but I also have the Dear Evan Hansen pin as well, which is super cute. I have it in my backpack because for some of you, you guys have already probably started school/college already. For some of my followers who are in college, I'm starting this week on a Wednesday. And not only that, you guys, I also have it on my calendar. Right here. Dear Evan Hansen is closing. Can you believe that? Oh, closing night is on September 18, you guys. So please, if you haven't already bought your tickets to see this amazing, beautiful show, I recommend you do before it closes. They're selling out really fast. I mean, like literally, closing night is sold out. That's like ridiculous. So anyways, yeah, we're just gonna talk about my experience, and also along the lines, I'm gonna tell you my story and like how this relates to me a lot. So quick backstory. So as soon as I heard that this show was closing from Playbill on Instagram, I'm like, no, Mom, Dad, pack the car. We need to see this show. I need to see this show because it means that much to me. So this is two pictures that I forgot to post. Jared and Mateo, who played both Evan and Jared. So stay tuned for more and keep listening, guys. Please do not get bored, and I hope you pay attention to everything by detail. Thank you. When I first found out about Dear Evan Hansen, it was literally when I saw Ben Platt perform on the Seth Meyers show. He sang the song Waving Through a Window, and immediately when I heard the words for it, I fell in love and so connected with it. So that video came out about 5 or 6 years ago, and if I'm not mistaken, I'm, let's see, about 14, 15 years old. So I want to say, yeah, pretty much going into like middle school, if I'm not mistaken. And so basically I was in a state of really tough anxiety, depression. That's where my stages have begun. I am self-diagnosed. I don't really want anyone to have it on my records for me. But like, that's where the stages of it began. I was forced to go to a charter school. I didn't really want to go there. I wanted to go where my other friends at the time were going, and I hated it there. I really did not appreciate going there. I didn't know anybody. It was dark times, we'll call it, because I really felt alone. I still had my background and love for theater at the time, but I never really found something that I could connect with. That is until one night in my house where I was Broadway show tune searching on YouTube, and I found this musical. This one right here that I'm circling at was the exact one that I found 5 years ago in my living room. And I kid you not, guys, when I first heard Ben Platt sing that song, I'm gonna repeat myself, it hit me, it blew me away. I think I even jaw dropped my face. Like I had a jaw dropped moment, because I could connect with what the character Evan was feeling. I remember feeling like, wow, this kid, this high school teenager, all he wanted to do in high school was be connected with, he wanted to fit in. He didn't want people to basically ignore him in school. And so one of my favorite lyrics from Waving Through a Window, let me look it up. Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna sing it just because it's my favorite. On the outside, always looking in, will I ever be more than I've always been? 'Cause I'm tapping on the glass, waving through a window, oh, oh. Try to speak, but nobody can hear, so I wait around for an answer to appear while I'm watching people pass. Waving through a window, oh, oh. Can anybody see? Is anybody waving? And then I'll talk to the last part. When you're falling in a forest and there's nobody around, do you ever really crash or even make a sound? That bit there is what I connected with at the time. Reflecting back on that little bit of the lyrics, I forgot to mention when he says try to speak but nobody understands you, like try to speak but no one will hear you. I remember having a bit of a fast talking problem growing up, and people thought I was weird for that too. So that's another small reason of why I loved that part and connected with that part in the song. Okay, keep going, keep listening. And I still a little bit do to this day, but 14 to 15-year-old me, I loved it, because that's kind of how I was growing up. Like I said, a little bit as a child, as a little girl in elementary school up until middle school, I felt alone. I always felt different, like, how come people don't want to get to know me? Like, did I do something wrong? Why don't people like me? And I remember, because I was shy, even though I tried to, like, talk to some people, when they wouldn't come to me, that immediately brought me down. And I remember I used to get bullied a lot, too. they found ways to literally bring me down as well. But this song, I feel like it more helped me throughout middle school. And so, yeah. And when I heard it on Broadway, I kid you not, I started to cheer like crazy because I'm like, yes, I finally heard it. I went to go see Dear Evan Hansen. I've seen it twice. But the first time I watched it, I believe it was when I came back from Orlando. I saw it back in August. I saw it back in August. And no, August. No, I saw it in July. Yes, August 4th, and I forget the second time that I watched it, but it was recently. So, yeah, and at the time, it was Zachary Noah Pizer who played the lead role of Evan. And so when I went in to the show the first time, I thought it was going to be him, but it then turned out to be Mateo. And he did a really good job playing Evan Hansen. That he is really lucky. And he's, yeah, like I said, he signed my I'm never going to lose this, by the way, but he signed my playbill. And yeah, so that's what I wanted to say, because that was the first song that I've heard in a while, and it's what really still connects me to this day. Like, to this day, when I'm still having a bad day, that song really helps me. So, thank you for Dear Evan Hansen, for, like, the musical writers, Ben, and, what's his face? Oh, I'm a pain in the neck. I am a pain. Oh, by the way, I have my computer in front of me. Oh, Benj Pasek and Justin Paul. Thank you so much for writing this song. I truly love it, and I still hear it to this day because it's a really big inspiration song. All right, so let's keep going down the list of songs. So that's what I'm going to be doing, going through the list of songs that I remember hearing from the show and relaying them to my past and how I'm doing today, pretty much. So, yeah, that's how I felt with Waving Through a Window. And something else I forgot to mention from Waving Through a Window as we keep going on. Something that I struggle with is people pleasing. And so something that I got from this song was he wanted people to notice him. Like I said, to accept him. And I also really wanted that too, because, like, what if I ever did something wrong? Like, did I do something? I felt like a loser, pretty much. But now, as I'm older, I'm a young adult, I got to realizing that the people who did all those things to you in your past, they're the ones who are wrong. You know, they're missing out on who you were. You don't have to change who you are to please someone to liking you. I realize that now, but as a child, I did not. And eventually you'll get there. It takes time, you know? It just felt so terrible, that feeling, you know? And I'm a Christian now, too. So at the time, I didn't have God with me either. But this was given to me. It's my cross necklace. It's like a family heirloom kind of situation. And now I know that, one, God is always with me, even when I'm feeling alone. At the time, I didn't know that, but basically God helps me now, this song still helps me so much. No one is alone. That you can't please people to like you. Step out of the sun, that lyric in the show means step out of the shadows and be who you want to be. Be who you are. Don't be afraid to show your true self, you know. And now the next song in the list that I also really love is one of my favorites is For Forever. Again, for this one, I'm only gonna play a tidbit of it again to we won't get copyrighted, but I'm gonna play my favorite lyric. Hopefully I can find it. When I watched when I went to go see it, it didn't really make me cry, but it was a beautiful song. So here, we'll play it.
On a perfect day, and there he goes, racing toward the tallest tree. From far across a yellow field, I hear him calling, "Follow me." There we go, wondering how the world might look from up so high. One foot after the other, one branch then to another. I climb higher and higher. I climb till the entire sun shines on my face. And I suddenly feel the branch give way. I'm on the ground. My arm goes numb. I look around and I see him come to get me. He's come to get me. And everything's okay.
Yeah. So this one is really special to me because like I said, growing up, I never really had like a best friend, you know? Never had someone to talk to at lunch, never had anyone to play with at school. I'd always pretend to be in groups and stuff. But I can't recall calling anybody, "Hey bestie," or "Hey mom, this is my best friend, can she stay over?" Nothing. And so basically when Evan mentioned that when the relationship between Evan and Connor, even though Connor's already dead, the way Evan talks about him, like pretending they were friends, when I heard this song, it made me cry. Like it was the start, like the actual start of crying. Waving through a window was more like happy crying because I finally heard it in like live, but this one really hit the most because yeah, I've never had a real friend. I'd always pretend. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, I've had my church friends, but an actual best friend, someone I could talk to, I've never had that in my life. Never. I mean, my sister was born in 2009, and I love her like a sister, but not like a best friend, you know? So this one really hit home to me the most because I've always wanted a friend, you know, someone who would be there whenever I needed help with stuff, like secret boy crushes or to just gossip about stuff that's going on in life, and I never had that. And for those of you who don't know, I'm a adventurous person still. If I went to the park and if I wore gloves, because a long time ago I didn't think about that stuff, but now I kind of do because my hands are very fragile and I'm a creative writing kind of girl, so I can't ruin my hands. Laugh out loud. But I would love to climb trees again. I remember when I was little, I would go to the park and climb trees. Like, not kidding. Like, not kidding, not joking. I used to love climbing trees when I was little and swinging from the branches and trying to go as high as I could, like Evan. But, if I could, I would love to do that again. I still can, but I haven't had the time to go to the park. And now with the fall weather coming, it's going to be even colder. So, that's why I really love this song, because when I was little, I never had a best friend. But I grew up, and now I do. I have a bunch, because I realized that there's no such thing as a best friend, just really good ones who will be there to listen to you. And I have this thing where I call them like fake friends. Not everyone who I know is a fake friend. Please don't take that the wrong way. Don't. But basically, like, the way I think of it is, they say they're your friend, but they took advantage of you. That's what I mean by a fake friend. And I've sadly had those in the past. But, they're gone now, out of my life, you know? And so, I have friends now. I'm not alone, you know? But I still love this song, and I keep it in my playlist, and, again, it's always there for me when I need some time to myself and just to think about how I do still have friends, like real, true friends who love you for you, no matter what, you know, and who are going to be there to listen to you and to help you, not judge you, you know. Okay. I'm just going to play, again, another tidbit of this song, the next one, because it's one of my favorites from the show. We're moving on now to Sincerely Me. When I heard this song for the first time, I'm not gonna lie, the part where Connor mentions the rubbing his nipples part, that lyric did get me kind of like, okay, we're not gonna listen to that again. But when I heard it live, it was still really funny to watch. Let me look back at my playbill just to remember people. Because I'm really bad with faces and people, sadly. Sincerely Me. Doesn't mention... Oh, yeah. So I remember... Okay, so the first time I heard this song, it was with David Jeffrey, who played Connor at the time. Not, the other person, like the other guy, who I can't remember his name now at the moment. I'm so sorry. I think his name's Noah. I forget. I'm so sorry. But when I first heard this song...
Things have been crazy, and it sucks that we don't talk that much. But I should tell you that I think of you each night. I rub my nipples and start moaning with delight. Why would you write that?
Even though it's inappropriate, that part makes me laugh every single time. But no, this song is very, very, very funny. I laughed at the part also when the actor who played Evan, Mateo, had a voice crack. That's not really, I don't know if that's healthy when a person is singing on stage, but I thought it was funny because she was showing character to that part and like to that lyric in the song, and the dance too is also my favorite. Yeah, you guys thought I was gonna do that, but as much as I love this song, not the best dancer, just a good singer. But excuse me, so sorry. Never drinking this lemonade again. Anyways, so yeah. Moving on to the next song. Disappear. Sorry guys. I'm surprised at how I haven't been crying yet. Normally I do when it comes to stuff like this, but trying to keep it in, I guess. So now we're gonna get to the more deep stuff. So Disappear. Basically, this one also made me continue my crying. Basically, this song. Okay, sorry. So okay, now I remember. So this song is in the musical. When I watched it, Evan's like, no, I can't go through this lie anymore. I can't do this. And I thought more about Connor. I really connected with Connor at this part in the musical because there was one time in middle school where I just felt done with the lies everyone told me about me, lies about more bullying happening, more people basically treating me like shit. I said to myself I wasn't gonna swear, but there's that one, and I don't remember how those thoughts came to me. They weren't, I didn't consider them suicide. I just thought like, oh, what would happen if I wasn't gone? I mean, if I wasn't here anymore? What would happen if I disappeared? If I was gone? If I hurt myself? What would happen if I killed myself and I was basically gone? Would people think of me? Would people remember me? What would they do? What would they say? What would they think? You know, if people didn't care that I was gone, you know? When I heard this song a long time ago, like before watching it on Broadway, it also made me tear up because it was another song that I could connect to. And reflecting back on it now, and when I heard it live for the first time, it made me believe that, going back to what I said earlier, you shouldn't care what other people think. That it made me think that it's not right, it's not okay to do sorry. I'm sorry. I can't think of anything else to say from that. But I think the most impactful thing is that what I like about this song is this song, now that I reflect on it, what I got from it was that if you're struggling, please don't forget to reach out to people, whether it's a good friend, a family member. I just hope that you have people out there that you can trust. I know for me, it was my family at the time. It still is. For me, it's always been my family who have come to rescue me, you know. It's always been them. And thanks to that song, Disappear, and other stuff as well, such as me being a Christian and from reading the Bible and studying, and again, thanks to God. Again, you're not alone, you know, you're not. You have, whether you don't see it, excuse me again, so sorry, there are people out there, people you can talk to and learn to trust, you know. That's not easy for everybody. It just takes time, you know. But yeah, that's all I have to say about Disappear. And that it was good. It was really, really good. Okay. Now we're gonna move on again to You Will Be Found. That's the next song. And also for I forgot to mention this, for those who don't remember this about me, I'm a really emotional person. And so, yeah, going back to You Will Be Found, again, another tear jerker for me, made me cry because it was so passionate, such a powerful song for me. And so, I made this, as you guys saw in the thumbnail, You Will Be Found. This is the first time I ever drew one of these. I never drew one like in the past, because I wasn't this talented till now. Well, like, what I mean by talented, like, when it comes to art. But, I've learned, I've managed, and up till now. And so, yeah, basically, when it comes to this song, same message, kind of, as with Disappear. A long time ago, I remember, I didn't want anything to do with therapist, like going to therapy. I didn't think I needed it. I remember someone even once made me take pills for like something with depression and anxiety, and I didn't want to do them. I did them like a week or something like that, but I did not end up finishing it. I also stopped using them. But again, going back to the song, going back to the musical, this one, again, I think this one hit. No, not this one. Not this one. This one was another real song, another real tearjerker, because of the lyrics. I'm gonna play it again, just the beginning.
Have you ever felt like nobody was there? Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere? Have you ever felt like you could disappear? Like you could fall and no one would hear?
So, yeah. Literally, those first few words hit me because I do remember feeling those ways. Like, nobody was with me. Like, I felt how Evan felt. Specifically, the line, "Have you ever felt forgotten in the middle of nowhere?" I remember not just in middle school, but now we're going into high school a little bit. There would be times when people literally did forget about me. And combining the whole fake friends thing, when I call them my friends, they don't give the respect back to me. Hang on. Because sometimes they would forget about me. I remember this one time, a bunch of people went out during a rehearsal. We had a break, and for those who could, if they had like transportation, because some of my friends already had like cars already, and I still had a little bit of PTSD from a car accident I was in. So I was scared of even getting into a car and driving, but that's a story for another time. And all these people who I thought were my friends, they didn't even ask me, "Hey, Nicole, do you want to come with us? Do you want anything?" Like, I feel like that made me feel like shit again. They didn't want to, those people, they ditched me. Like, they didn't even want to ask me, "Hey, do you want to come with us?" You know? And I remember in high school, I would always try to be nice to them and basically leave my middle school self and step out of my comfort zone and talk to a bunch of people. But it didn't work out. Well, sometimes it did, but I don't think it ever stuck, you know? And so, again, going back to stepping out of my comfort zone, I would sometimes try to repay the favor to other people who felt that way, or who didn't have a ride, or who couldn't go anywhere. And so, but yeah, basically that's the main point. Yeah. I felt alone again, like being ditched by people, and I did feel forgotten. Like, oh, how come you guys didn't bring me anything or ask me if you wanted to go? You know? I hated it. And Also, I don't remember when I first heard this song. I don't know if it was by Pandora, but now that I'm older, like young adult, after hearing it live, the message that I believe is important in You Will Be Found is never forget how beautiful and important life is. Because another part of the song that I really like is when the cast starts singing, "You are not alone, you are not alone, you are not alone," and then when Zoe sings, "Even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need someone to carry you, when you're broken on the ground, you will be found." That's just every line, every lyric in this song is amazing, and I needed this song. I still sometimes I still do. Again, when I'm having a bad day, this helps me realize and remember that now I still have, and in high school, because in high school I did have I had a good group of friends near my senior year. Well, like freshman year and a senior year. Freshman year I had 4 really good friends, and then in senior year it expanded, so we had a good group. But it just helped me realize now that like people are there for you. Like when you meet a good group of people, they'll be there for you. Like a good friendship, a good group, you know. And it just taught me to, you know, live your life, be yourself. Don't be again, going back to the same message I've been saying in the past of this video. Don't be afraid to just be yourself. And that if you are feeling alone, help is out there. You just have to let yourself put yourself out there and just talk to people for advice. Trust the right people to help you, you know? Okay, so that was now most of Act 1, and now we're moving on to Act 2. This is going back to what I mentioned about talking to people and trusting people in your life and family. Always number 1, I say family. So as you guys can tell, I'm the oldest. It's just me and my sister. We're a family of 4. And I really wish that my mom understood English, so that she could come and see this musical with me. But I'll mention this. I'll say it again coming up. But another reason why I can relate with Evan is because he felt so broken, and I feel like I felt like that too. When I heard the next song, "Good for You," that part really hit me again. Not like crying. It just hit me and gave me like a realization moment in my past and recently. In the past, meaning like I was so me and my mom, we've had our ups and downs, which, like, what mother-daughter hasn't had? good days and bad days with their mom, you know? And so, something that I've always kept with me is that as the oldest, you have to basically be the example to your siblings, make your parents proud, show them that you're responsible, you know what you're doing. Basic, common stereotypes, you know. And, one of those is stereotypes. And so, basically, I do sometimes make decisions for her. I think of my mom and how she might be feeling, because that's all we want to do. Well, depending on the situation, I guess. Older siblings have to make their parents proud, you know, and my mom has done so much for me, and all you can do is try to not only live your life, but pay them back, you know. That's kind of how I see it for myself. And so, Good for You is, in the musical where Heidi, Evan's mom, finally realizes what has happened. Like, he's been going over to their house, to the Murphy's house more, and basically like pretending to be their son.
Because you see, what we don't realize as kids is that we think our parents don't know us, but our moms do know us. They've been with us since we were born. They know if we're ever struggling, or just, they know when something's wrong. And so, Good for You was a realization moment for me with my mom. She knew that something was wrong when I was in Salem. Okay, keep going.
Evan feels like they love him more there, like they know him and stuff, but in reality, his mom knows him way more than the Murphys do. And he's been lying to his mom about where he's been, pretending that he's been at Jared's doing homework and stuff. And so that whole scene where, like, he admits that, that he lied about, he lied about, like, where he's been, and he's been with the Murphys and stuff, and his mom finally finding out. That one also hit me, because now we're coming into more recent in my life. College. During COVID, I felt even way much more alone. I felt embarrassed because of some white drama that I got involved with. I'm not gonna get into details too much about that, but basically, what had happened was that my mental health got really affected. Like, I started getting panic attacks, super anxiety, super depression, wanting to do stupid things. Basically, I just got trapped in a bunch of drama in college, and I even left my Christianity. I left the church. That's where I felt the most alone. It even led to me not talking to my mom. I would always ignore her calls, ignore my true friends from church. I would ignore their text messages. They would ask me, like, "Hey, Nicole, are you going to go to our Zoom meeting for Bible talk or a game night?" by Zoom, whatever, I ignored every single one of them because I felt alone and broken. And yeah, Good For You was like a starter to me. Like when I was sitting in that chair, it helped me, it made me think about my past a little bit. This one I want to play, So Big, So Small. So Small is the song that Heidi sings when Evan says that he felt so broken and so alone. That's how I felt in college because he finally told his mom not the whole truth. I'm assuming maybe he'll tell her in the future. Maybe you guys read the book. He mentions what really happened, how in the scene before all of this, Connor mentions... So before all of this, before I get to what I'm going to say, there's a scene where Connor's ghost is talking to Evan one final time, and he says, the big question that really got me was, how did you break your arm? Evan says, I fell off a tree. And then Connor asked another question, did you? Or did you mean to let go? And that really shook me because I found out that he was trying to kill himself. And luckily it didn't turn out to be anything serious, but now going back to So Big, So Small, for me, that was the one that really hit me. I was crying so much. Some lady even gave me a napkin because Evan finally learned to trust his mom. And I didn't at the time of when I went to the hospital. We're gonna play it.
February day, I will take your hand, squeeze it tightly, and say, there's not another truck in the driveway. Your mom isn't going anywhere. Your mom is staying right here. Your mom isn't going anywhere. Your mom is staying right here, no matter what. I'll be here. When it all feels so big, till it all feels so small. When it all feels so big, till it all feels so small. Till it all feels so small. You'll see.
That was the version that I saw with Jessica Phillips. She did an amazing job. I respect her as an actress, and out of all the Broadway moms that I've seen or heard about, from the Lion King mom, from Tarzan's mom, what other moms can I think of out there? I can't think of any Broadway moms at the moment, but Heidi Hansen was my favorite actress. I mean, character is my favorite character. Jessica Phillips is my favorite, and also Christiane Knoll. I love you two so much. You guys made me realize that moms are forever. Even though these characters have sons, Heidi helped me realize that you should never keep anything from your mom, because your mom does know you. My mom knows me, but I was just too embarrassed, too ashamed. That song literally made me remember what I did in the past. And to this day, some people may think, oh, that's weird, you still hang out with your mom? No, because I love my mom, and if you're a guy or a girl, learn to trust your mom and to come to her whenever you need her. Jessica Phillips helped me. This song, so big, so small, helped me to remember that. I kid you not, I literally hugged my mom after I saw the show in tears, because the school that I went to, I felt so ashamed that my suicide thoughts came back, and I almost did it. But I didn't. Because our relationship, aside from the mental health, aside from school, aside from Salem State and college and the world, our relationship is what matters the most. Whether if I'm a girl or a guy, whatever. A children's relationship with their mom is so important. And when Evan finally realized that his mom is there for him, especially his mom, because she's all that he has left, was so special and so beautiful. I have a recording of Jessica Phillips the first time I saw her. I mean, no offense to Rachel Bay Jones. I still love you. You did a good job on the original casting, but just hearing her voice, and I should have told my mom I needed help in the first place with my mental health. You guys have no idea how badly and how scared I was without my mom when I went to the hospital. But today, that's not a part of me. It's not.
Another thing I forgot to add, mental health is not the big picture in my life. There's so much more to me as a person, aside from mental health.
Because we're gonna get a bit corny here. To this day, you will be found I am 100% completely found. Not just thanks to dear Evan Hansen, but because I have true friends who care about me, who are willing to call me, and that I don't have to change who I am to please the mind of fake people, fake friends, friends of the world. The ones who ignored me. And so, basically, in sharing my story for all of you to hear, there are some bad parts, some scary parts, and some good parts. But basically, thank you so much. I'm saying this because by the time people watch this video, on September 18th, will be the day that is going to hurt a bunch of people's hearts. It's the day that Dear Evan Hansen is going to be closing on Broadway. And I am so, so grateful to the entire cast of Dear Evan Hansen, to Mateo, to Mateo Lizcano, Jessica Phillips. Hang on, I gotta do this right. To Christiane Knoll, David Jeffrey, Manuel Felciano, that's probably Italian, Jared Goldsmith, and to Talia Simone Robinson, and to all of the Evans in the past, Taylor Trench, Ben Ross, Ben Platt, Jordan Fisher, Noah Galvin. If you guys ever watch this video, I am such a huge fan and so, so grateful. Thank you to Ben and Ben. I always screw that guy's name up. Always screwing it up. To Benj, Pasek, Justin Paul, the true writers of the songs, like them, like those two. And especially to Ben Platt. Thank you so much for giving the world this. This is a show about connecting with your family. It's a musical about connection, family, mental health especially, and friendship, and just realizing that in general, you are not alone. People are there for you. Whether you have social anxiety, depression, that you suffer from being alone, you are not alone. You're not. And it's about family above all, which is something that I truly love about this show. And in some parts of the show as well, laughter and love. I didn't really focus on the love part because still single. But that's okay. You know, love will find a way to come to you when you're ready. You know, it's not like snap, you're just gonna get a boyfriend like that. No, or a girlfriend. But yeah, with saying all this, thanks to Dear Evan Hansen and my family, I realize that there's more to me than just the mental health side. I know who I am. I've learned to step out into the sun, as Evan says, and I learned to love myself, to be true to who I am, and that I am amazing. I am a beautiful girl, a beautiful woman. I remember feeling that way too. Like I wasn't pretty enough. I was too fat. I was too skinny. But okay, so not skinny. That's a whole other story. I mean, that's a whole other thing. But I learned to be myself. I'm gonna read the ending monologue. Oh, well, like there's a little bit of it. Dear Evan Hansen, today is going to be a good day, and here's why. Because today, no matter what else, today at least you're you. No hiding, no lying, just you. And that's enough. So, I am so glad that I got to see it twice so that I could remember just how beautiful the show was and has come to be since it first performed on Broadway 6 years ago with Ben Platt and Mike Faced, Rachel Bay Jones, and I think her name is Laura Dreyfus. I can't remember. So, with all that being said, do not forget to get your tickets before this beautiful, amazing show that I have come to love leaves Broadway in just about 2 more weeks, you guys. 2 more weeks. I am still literally shocked that it's closing, but that I had the wonderful opportunity to go see it 2 times in New York. And for all you Stranger Things fans out there, go see Gaten Matarazzo. I wish I had the chance to go see him, but on the second time that I went to go see it, his understudy, who did a good job, did it for him instead. So, but that's okay. So, yeah. Once again, thank you so much, Evan Hansen, and we are really gonna miss this show. I know that I'm gonna miss this show. I wish it didn't have to go, but as they say, all good things must come to an end. Thank you for giving a regular, ordinary girl like me hope, still to this day with the original music. And don't forget to hit that like button, guys. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my other videos. I wish dear Evan Hansen the best of luck in these last 2 weeks, and we're really going to miss it. We're truly going to miss it. So, thank you so much. I really hope that my story doesn't go the wrong way. I hope that you've all learned something about me and that there's more to one person's story than mental health. You know? And please seek help. But if you ever need help, do not forget that your family is there for you. Whether it's a mom, a dad, grandparent, grandfather, uncle, aunt, brother, sister, anyone who you trust, please seek out help. Because you're not alone. Like Evan says, you will be found. You have people to trust. You just gotta find them and know that they'll be able to help you. I hope you've enjoyed my story. Thank you so much for listening, and stay tuned for whatever's next in my journey. And I hope that my story inspires you to make the right choice. Bye, guys.
They'll take you home, even when the dark comes crashing through, when you need a friend to carry you, and when you're broken on the ground, you will be found. So let the sun come streaming in.